Hi everyone, I'm Bernice and welcome back to my channel. First of all, how are you all today? These times are so challenging for everyone, including those in the arts industry. It seems like every day there is some bad news, be it orchestras cancelling their upcoming season, or arts organisations closing down, people losing their jobs, etc. Here in the UK, cases are rapidly rising again, and I must admit that I found it pretty hard sometimes to keep going in the midst of all this negative news. Tending to be a little bit more on the pessimistic side myself, I have struggled to keep positive many times over the past few months about the future of classical music, the future of freelancers in this industry, and even those with full-time jobs in this industry, and the list goes on. Needless to say, everyone is different, and some of you might not feel so affected by these times. But in any case, along the way, I have found some ways that have helped me to keep going, and I thought that I'd share them in this video. I have a so-called mantra that works for me, which is to just start and don't think too much. There are days when I feel too tired or just too low in general to even think about practicing the oboe. So how I pull myself out of the mud and do some practice on those days is that I'll just tell myself, okay, so today I'll just play something that I really enjoy for just 20 minutes, and that's better than doing absolutely nothing at all. So I take my oboe out of its case, soak my reed, and just start. Eventually, I realize that I actually end up practicing quite a lot more than just 20 minutes simply because I just started. I also tend to overthink about things sometimes, in the sense that I start asking myself questions like, what is the point of practicing when there's no one who's going to hear me play, since there are no gigs happening at the moment? Or what's the point of me uploading this video onto my channel, and things like that. But I've now come to realize that it's all a huge waste of time and energy, simply because I don't actually have any answers to those questions. All I know is that at the moment, I want to keep going with music for as long as it's within my control to do so, and that I want to keep sharing my music. Another thing that has helped me is knowing that I have to adapt to these changing times and find alternative ways to showcase or share my craft. I think as musicians, there is an innate need to play with other fellow musicians and also to share our music with others. When this ability or avenue is lost, it's very hard to find the drive and purpose in continuing. With the vast majority of performances, competitions, and gigs in general cancelled or postponed, this avenue of creating live music is largely closed off. So I've since taken to online platforms like YouTube to share my music. I'm very lucky to have an online audience, which is all of you, and I'm so grateful for your support. Through YouTube, I have been keeping busy practicing and creating content for my channel, which helps me pass each day as best as I can. Lastly, I'd encourage you to find joy and inspiration in other things in life. Since the start of the pandemic, I've done quite a bit more teaching, all online of course, but it's made me realize just how effective it is. Some of you who also do online teaching might disagree with me, but personally for me, and in my experience of teaching the oboe so far, I found that communication is just as effective virtually as it is in person, and the learning and progress made by my pupils have been immensely encouraging for me. It's a big responsibility, and I now put even more effort than I ever used to into teaching. I would say that I have grown to be passionate about teaching, and I've really enjoyed connecting with people virtually over the course of this pandemic. When I was thinking about doing this video and what I would say, I was actually pretty hesitant about it because I don't quite see myself as the best person to be talking about these things. But I suppose if I were to end off with something, it would be to keep trying every day, to keep making an effort every day, whether it's getting out of bed and making breakfast, or practicing, or going for a run, because this will all eventually blow over and things will start picking up again. It will take time, and the road to recovery ahead is a long one, I think. And I think some things, like a certain degree of social distancing and work from home measures, are here to stay for good, even post-COVID. But I think we give ourselves hope when we make an effort. So yeah, thanks as always so much for watching, and see you next time.